Lost your glasses? So, okay, any questions for Chris or David? Anybody got any questions?
What's the next movie?
These two, let's put us
Well, for that question, I am in the middle of designing and outlining the second movie due to this first movie and it's a continuation of the same storyline. And the name of the second movie is Where Produce Grows.
right in the heart of Fresno.
If you make another movie, I want to be in your movie. I want to be a brother.
We got a couple people who
How many here want to be in the next movie?
Well, all the guys are going to be extras in the second movie.
We want to be.
Any questions? Jared?
Oh gosh. Oh.
David, he inspired of us. It's pretty great. David, you're my role model, and I want to be like you. And someday I will live my own. Live like you in a movie.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Emily. I just want to say that don't give up on your dream. Don't you to be here at the end.
Thank you.
Any questions for Chris? Any questions for Chris? Anybody? Yeah.
What's your favorite baseball team?
I'm a San Francisco Giants fan.
Hey, that's my
For
favorite.
me, my favorite baseball team is the Los Angeles Anaheim Angels.
How many man hours you got in this movie, Chris?
It took us 24 days to shoot.
Wow.
And it took Chris Dowling 10 years to get this thing from pen to the screen. So it's kind of one of those amazing stories. He wrote it 10 years ago, got the financing for it in 2012. We shot it in the fall of 2013. And then it took all last year to get Lionsgate and Roadside behind it. And you guys are now seeing it in 2015. So it's a long road, but I think it was well worth it, yeah?
How many of you were here and met Chris Dowling for the VIP screening? Anybody? Okay, so you know who he's talking about. He's the author and director.
Yeah, Chris Dowling.
He's in, where is he? He's in Nashville tonight, I think.
Mom, Dad, can you please come up here, please?
Come on, Bill.
Mom, Julio and Wallace, where are you? These are my parents. My real parents are both parents. But really, they're not. Does anyone have any questions for my parents?
They're amazing parents for you.
You're amazing parents.
They're amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have to say bye to the stars.
Dad, come on into that.
If we make this next movie called Where Produce Grows, this would be a perfect place for it.
Well, for me, I'm. Yes, exactly. The reason why I want to move here is because of the shirt I am wearing. Break the barrier. I'm a member of it. These are all the sports that I love to do, like tennis, archery, basketball, and probably even bowling, and gymnastics.
Be gymnastics, I'm in gymnastics.
Yeah.
Do it, you have to.
I'm not.
Question for the parents. Jason from the plane ride from Phoenix. How you guys doing?
Oh.
2 questions. Where'd you eat dinner on Friday night, and did you get him a girlfriend like we promised?
No girlfriend yet. This isn't working.
No girlfriend yet. Where did we eat dinner? Friday night? Friday night, was it, you said?
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell? We were very tired.
All right.
I have one for Chris.
Yes.
Because when you did on that movie, you really touched my heart. You really touched my heart when you did. For producing, you guys, you did awesome. Because for your Chris, you make me cry because what you did, the drugs, all the stuff of that, I think it was awesome. You did. I want to take. I have my phone with me. I want to take you guys a picture with you guys.
Of course, yeah. You're a sweetheart to say that. Thank you. Yeah.
Oh,
Go
if you
for it.
guys had one word, David and Chris, to describe this experience. This is a Rob thing. He'll do this to you. One word to describe your experience.
I know
on
what
this
it
film.
is. You know what it is?
One
Say it
word.
together. 1, 2, 3.
Incredible.
That's his word. That was my word in the movie, but not in the real life. My word in real life is magical.
I saw another hand there in the blue, young lady.
It's for both of you guys. What is the hardest part of making a movie?
What do you think the hardest
Hardest part of making a movie.
Memorizing the lines.
Okay, so for me, the hardest part of making a movie, honestly, is once you've done all the work and you know the product is really good and it's something you're really, really proud of, it's hoping and that people get a chance to see it. That actually is really the hardest, because when you're an actor and you're on a stage, every night you go out and you meet your audience, you know if the house is full or you know if the house is empty. But this is, it's work that I'm really proud of for myself. I'm really proud of David. I'm really proud of Chris Dowling. And I just want people to see it. And so this weekend, like yesterday, I was in a deep funk, surprisingly enough, because I was like, oh man, I hope people go and I hope to see it. So to see you all here tonight, it's such a treat and it's such a delight to my heart. So I really appreciate you guys coming out. That's the hardest part.
The hardest part for me is, I know that I've been giving some movie scenes to be my hardest parts, my hardest things, but really my hardest part is patience. That's what I've learned through making this movie. I had to wait constantly when it comes to my turn to act in this movie.
He had to wait for my hair to get combed every day.
And for your face to still the show
The makeup.
I have a question for Mom and Dad. If you can explain to the audience what it felt like when you first sat and watched the movie.
The writer and director sat next to me the first time we watched the movie. It was down in Dallas at the film festival. And he said, gave him joy to watch when they first came on the screen. I started crying. So it was that kind of experience, just to see the joy that this movie has and hope that other people will get to experience it.
Just feeling of pride and extreme emotion, switching from emotions throughout, and somebody up above is taking care of David because David's wanted to do this for a long time. We can't believe it's finally happened.
What about,
Yeah, did you? I
he
mean,
had competition, right, for this movie? They had people there looking at or screening?
He ended up doing 3 DVDs. They kept narrowing it down. For the last DVD, there were 3 characters left, and they said, actually, he got picked to even try out because the producer came to our hometown and decided that's where he was going to do the movie if he could get the city on board. And the mayor said, we don't have something like this happen very often in Louisville. Sure, we'll help you, come on. And so then the producer asked around special needs groups around town if they had any actors. Nobody had actors, but a couple of different groups told them about this kid that gives advocacy speeches for them and helps them with fundraisers and whatnot. And then the producer met another guy on a plane that had a Best Buddies bracelet on, and they struck up a conversation. And the guy wanted to know if Milan was involved with Best Buddies, and through the conversation he found out they were going to do a movie and they were looking for a guy to act. And the young man told him, well, you got to meet this guy. Well, the producer by that time says, wouldn't be David DeSantis, would it? That's when he decided, I got to meet this kid. And they set up a luncheon date. I stayed home. Dad went with David. 3 hours later, while I sat on pins and needles, I thought, what is going on? They came home and told me that Milan told David he should try out for the part. So anyway, after the 3 videos, by the 3rd time, he had learned a couple of different script parts, narrowed down to 3 people, and then when they asked the producer what his opinion was with these 3 guys, he said the other 2 guys are better actors. David has personality up here, the other 2 personalities down here. We're an indie film. We don't have money to advertise everywhere. We need this personality to promote the film when we get ready to promote it. And they ended up choosing David on his recommendation. And afterwards, Chris Dowling said afterwards, I can't imagine doing this with anybody else. David was perfect. We're proud.
Question for Chris.
Yeah.
What do you think of Fresno and Break the Barriers?
Holy now, I haven't cried, wept real hot tears in a long, long time. And today twice, I watched your video at Break the Barriers and saw what you do, what your program is made of, and how it is rolling out, and it brought tears to my eyes. And then today, the performance. Who here performed for us there? You guys were so amazing. And so inspirational, and you brought so much joy.
Thank you.
This time it's not you. Oh, actually, you did nunchucks, and you did. I'm wrong. It was David, but the program was amazing, and I love the heart of that. And congratulations, and keep it up. And I want to bring you down to LA and share you with my kids and everybody else there too.
What was the easiest part of making the movie?
The easiest part, repeat it.
The easiest part that I did was remembering the 130 lines from the movie. Yes.
Yes. How does it feel to spread the word of God with this movie? How did it feel?
How did it spread the word of God?
Spread the word of God.
How would it feel to spread the word of God with everyone? Then it feels so amazing. And the reason why is because the word of God is like faith, hope, and the love, and the greatest remains is love. And there is a bunch of love in this room tonight. Okay, a question from one of the committee people over here.
Actually, it's not much of a question, but I just wanted to get a produce hug, actually.
A produce hug. Go give him
All right. Did you guys have any bloopers?
Actually, it will be on the DVD of the deleted scenes. It will be in the DVD case that will be coming out in 90 days prior from Friday, this past Friday, which will be August 13th of this year.
Second part. Get it?
How long did it take you to memorize your lines?
Day-to-day basis, probably 23 days. Yeah.
What was the funnest part of making the movie?
Learning how to play baseball with difficulties.
Yeah.
Can you name what are those numbers of the fruits in the movie?
Fruit numbers?
96, 69.
All the way in the back.
Okay, I have a question for both of you.
All right.
What's your guys' ability and disability?
Ability and your disability.
About that, the way for me to promote the movie is to look onto my abilities instead of my disabilities. And what is your ability instead of your disability, Christopher?
That's a great question. My disability, I think, is my, like I said this earlier, it's my brokenness, And as a child of God, my ability is the fact that I have Jesus as my Savior.
That's right.
You. Yes, right.
Wait, you got it.
Was it difficult to make the movie? It was as easy as pie. You, and straight up in the white. Elizabeth? Emily. I had the E right. Emily.
It's for produce.
Okay.
What's it like being Down syndrome in the movie?
It was kind of good. It was kind of easy and kind of, it's just easy as pie. It's amazing. Even though that I've got Down syndrome, I can play someone who has Down syndrome, but really, I'm just a typical person that which happens that I do have Down syndrome. I'll be back in the back. Three sisters, one half brother that here's my godfather, and his real father cannot make it tonight. He's up in Massachusetts. His last name is Mazzetti.
I have two questions. One question was, where did we get an awesome Local Pros t-shirt, like your dad has?
Off of on the line on the internet.
Okay, and then my second question is, what types of activities do you do when you're not acting?
Well, I have been a part of two different groups. One of them is the Louisville Adaptive Rowing Club and the row. And I come up to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania to be part of the Bayarda Regatta of every year in August, but this year is in July. And the other is Special Olympics of Kentucky. And I do other sports. The part of it is a part of the break the barriers, which is basketball, softball, bowling, golf, flag football. I do all of those, but the ones that I used to do is ice skating, gymnastics, and swimming.
That little girl up there.
The red.
You all the way up, kiddo.
You got it. Turn around.
You got it.
What made us start the film? It was
An idea that Chris had, and he wanted to share a story about childlike faith. And so he wanted that to be embodied in somebody like David, because he wanted that person who has childlike faith to help sort of a broken, fallen character like my guy was. So that's what started it. And then I think prior to that, I just always loved movies, and I always wanted to be up on the screen and act. And when did you want to act?
when I wanted to act is when I dreamt of acting since I was in 6th grade. No, in middle school.
All right.
How old are both of you? And you've done an excellent job acting.
I'm 22 years old. I've been turning 23 on the 1st of July.
All right.
And I rode the birthday horse at Wakefield.
Thank you for that, the kind words. I'm 38, which isn't applaudable.
But you know that he is 38, and to me he looks like that he is 83.
See what I got to work with.
Question is for Chris. You played a really good drunk. How did you get in that headspace?
You got to know a couple. The biggest challenge I had with the film, like I wanted to portray, I wanted to do that well and right, because I think when that's not done on screen, it sort of takes you out of the film. So, as a 38-year-old guy on occasion and had a few too many, so I was able to recall that. But no, it was really just kind of trying to stay in that place and just use my imagination. Really. But it was iced tea for the record. It was all iced tea up there.
You did an awesome job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Just I got one for you. That I know you said that you are good on the movie for your disability thing, like for Down syndrome. I also let you know I was one of them. I was born with a Down syndrome, and I know how the goes. I know how the feels, but I've been there. I don't know why. I don't know what my name. I don't know what my name is, and suddenly what happened? I go up, and then I'm just like you, buddy, and I'm okay.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for coming out.
One last one. Did it hurt when the car hit you?
What?
Did it hurt when the car hit you?
At first it did, but after that, it was not. Actually, yes. But there was a stunt double, though.
Okay.
And I know it was a stunt double one. But Dad.
How many of you going to help promote this movie? Please help us out. We were #1 in all of North America for Courageous. I'd like to have that record back, okay, Fresno?
Amen.
Let's get everybody in the valley here to see this movie this weekend.
Please.
Thank you all for coming.
You got a beautiful Sunday.
Thank you.